Welcome everyone to number 2 of Football Coaching Academy News. It's the 24th of October 2025. I've got my papers again. Jamie, they are actual football themed today.
Let's go.
We're good to go. We've got a massive list of areas to talk about. First of all, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you, mate. Yeah, excited to do this again. Last week's was really good, really fun. So yeah, buzzing.
I really enjoyed it. So first up on the agenda is negative communication. This was a post by Sean. Really good engagement on the post. Lots of different thoughts and lots of different members' pride and feedback. And I love this. And Sean's posts are always like this. They make you think. They ask a question, and you need some critical thinking before you reply. And just down the page, I think everybody chipped in with feedback, and these are the best kind of posts, aren't they, Jamie?
Yeah, 100%. And this is something that everybody would have experienced, everyone would have been through, and I think it's a really human post, because I think what we all see as coaches and what we all become as coaches is you're not just a coach, right? You're sort of support, fatherly figure, motherly figure, depending on what gender you are. But I think the important thing to remember is you don't know what's happening and you don't know what's going on in someone's life, and it might need a different approach, and it sort of challenges you as a person and as a leader as well, in terms of how you deal with different people. Sometimes a one size fits all isn't the right approach. So yeah, really interesting conversation to see different people's thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah, and I like Sean's post because it's very easy, and I've been guilty of this in the past. It's very easy to paint yourself as a super coach who's never made a mistake and who's never encountered a problem. But Sean is very open, he's very honest, and I think, again, these kind of posts prompt communication, they prompt discussion, and everyone's better for them. I really enjoy posts like this, so keep up the good work, Sean. This is becoming a recurring agenda item, Jamie, lurkers. So we talked about lurkers last week, and we said that, if you are a lurker, and a lurker I defined was someone who's in the community, who's not popped the message in yet, and who may want to or may not want to. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But following the discussion last week, this post got a bit of traction. A lot of people put some messages in that have been in the community for a little while. A lot of new people put messages in. It was refreshing to see. So if I just jump to the bottom, you'll see that in the last week we've had a few people join, but we've had a lot of messages around people saying hello. It's great. And just another shout out, if you are in the community and you've not put a message in any chat yet, this is the place to start. Everyone's really open and friendly. They'll say hello and they'll welcome you to the community. It also allows us to get to know you a bit better, as Jamie pointed out last week. I'll just give a shout out to Brian, who joined the community just a few days ago, Jamie.
So, yeah, this week, yeah.
Yeah, we're all about engagement in this community, and Brian has been engaging a lot, every day, in fact, and he's leveled up to level 3 already, which is fantastic. It's not an easy achievement, and what that allows him to do is to access everything as part of his membership. So some areas of the community, some classrooms are locked behind certain levels, so you need to interact to level up. And I think that Brian's done that really well this week. So well done, Brian. You've posted some thought-provoking content. You've become involved straight away, so I like that.
Yeah, engagement's been fantastic this week, and it has been for a while, to be honest, but this week it feels like it's really turned up a notch. And lurker sounds a bit suspect, doesn't it? But I mean, what we really want to hear from you, we want to help you, we want to engage with you. And like we said last week, we feel like a little bit invested in some of these football teams and some of these coaches. Like, we sort of look out for the results now on a Saturday when we see them coming through, and we're really interested in what's happening in your world, because we're learning at the same time as well. So yeah, good work, Brian, and good work everybody else that's got involved this week.
Yeah, welcome to everyone who's new. Jamie, do we need another word for lurkers? You said it sounds suspect. What's a better word?
I don't know. Let's have a think. Let's put that into ChatGPT, see what it says.
I'll change that for the next one. We said welcome to Brian. He's level 3 already. Fantastic. And we had 2 masterclasses this week, mate, and I really enjoyed both of them for very different reasons. First up was Lee Cosgrove. Do you want to talk through that one, mate?
Yeah, Lee was brilliant. We've known Lee for quite a while because he is famous, I think it's fair to say, on Twitter or X in the football coaching world. But just an amazing call, because he's a very, very humble man. He gives a lot back in terms of his time, and is very generous with that as well on social media. He's created an incredible platform in the Sunday Share, and it's just, I think, as you said on the call, if you type Sunday Share into the search bar of Twitter or hashtag Sunday Share, there's just this treasure trove of information that just appears for you that you just can't fail to learn from. So it's a free resource, and there's so much there, and it's almost a ready-made group of coaches and community to get involved with. So Lee was brilliant, very down to earth as well, and he's obviously got lots and lots of experience in coaching at all levels. So it was yeah, I'm sure you agree, Kev, a really nice call.
Yeah, and I was really, really fascinated to hear the story behind Sunday Share. So he was bored during lockdown, and he laminated his golden drill, as he called it, and he shared it online. He shared it on a Saturday. It didn't really work. The following week, he shared it on a Sunday, and it did work. And it's grown to 18,000 followers following that account. I said to Lee, sorry, on the call that it must be one of the most engaged platforms out there, Sunday Share, because everyone gets involved in it, and it's fantastic to see. And he is humble, because you could make some money from this, but he doesn't really want to. He just wants to keep it community based, and I love that. That was really, really, really good call. And then we had,
I think, just on that as well, what I really liked, the point he made on the call, was that he tried to really get rid of negativity. And because it is quite an exposing thing to do as a coach, if you're not posting on social media very often and you post a drill or you post some thoughts, and me and you have been victim to it as well, Kevin. Well, there's a sort of echo chamber of negative comments sometimes, and it can be a daunting place, because there can be a bit of negativity online, but they've made a real effort to make sure that there's no negativity, and they get rid of negativity. So it's a safe space for coaches to share their thoughts and get feedback as well, in a positive sense.
Yeah, I'm forever arguing with people online, unfortunately. But there's a way to respectfully disagree with someone, and Todd Bean will do that. There's a few other people that respectfully disagree with you and put their point across. But where it is purely negative and it's intimidating, I think Lee is good, and he's right to stamp down on that kind of thing, because there's no place for it. We're here to help each other in a way that doesn't pull the ladder up, help the next generation of coaches stay in the game lifelong, because we need everybody involved, not just the super coaches and everyone else, as I call them. So yeah, no, respect to Lee for doing that. And then we had Andy. Andy was just a different kind of call. He's obviously working in an academy. It was great to hear Andy's story, Jamie, about progressing from Montrose FC, and we referenced this a couple of times, that Montrose has only got 2 youth teams and a first team, but the number of coaches that have started at Montrose and progressed their career is quite remarkable. There's one working in the professional game in Scotland. There's one working in the Man U Academy. Andy's obviously in Birmingham's Academy, but the one who's working at Man U was the trigger. He was the spark that the others needed to say, wait a minute, I can actually progress my career in football, and I can go to these academies, and I can go to this level and work at this level. And I think it was fascinating that he started there. He had that spark, and then he worked his way all the way to Birmingham City. And then who knows where he's going to go after that, because he's still a young coach making his way in the game. And I really thought his story was fascinating and an inspiration to everyone else out there who wants to get involved in coaching as a full-time job.
Absolutely. I think what came through was just how much he's achieved. I mean, he is a young man, but he's obviously achieved a lot in a not short space of time. He's been coaching a long time, but he's achieved so much. And I think what was really interesting to me, because everyone or people might have aspirations of being a coach in the professional game, but what comes with that in his story, I mean, you're going to have to move, or you might have to move if you don't want to be in your if you want to get out of your local area. I mean, he's moved for opportunity. Obviously, there's going to be clubs in your local area, but a lot of the time, then they might be just picking everything up and moving to a different place that comes with that as well. And that is obviously a huge decision in your life, and ones that he's faced into, and other people in and around yourself and him have done as well. So it's a brave thing to do, and it's a huge thing to do for your career. But he's grabbing it with both hands, and the story through Birmingham was really interesting as well, to put the Tom Brady links and everything that they're investing into the club as well. Because I think The only thing we've seen of Tom Brady recently is the fallout with Rooney, right? We've seen a lot of clips of the sort of the Rooney piece and different bits. So I think that was really insightful to see that and hear that.
Yeah, Andy was humble as well, wasn't he? He recognised he's still got areas of the game that he needs to learn. That's why he's gone to Tamworth to get that exposure to adult football. But yeah, he said he would share the syllabus from Walsall with us. He's promised to do that. He's obviously a very busy guy, but again, he's someone that is trying to help the next generation of coaches, and he's someone that wants more and more people involved in coaching as a job. And as he said towards the end of his interview, no regrets from him at all about the path he's taken and where he is at the moment. And I think that's a really refreshing thing for a person to be able to say. So really enjoyed that. Just quickly, Jamie, in the community, we've had a couple of comments about where's the masterclasses. So there's two ways to access them. We do have tags on our posts in the community here. If you click more, and you can go to community calls, there's all these different tags, but if you click community calls, it will then delimit the list of posts and only bring back those calls that have been tagged with community calls. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is just to go into the classroom, go to your area, your 7-a-side, 9-a-side, 11-a-side, 3-a-side area, whichever one it is rather, and you can then go to coach education and the masterclass collection. So from there, you can just click the link, and again, you will get all of the masterclasses. And we're up to 14 now, Jamie. I think we'll be up to 15 by the end of today, which is 15. Yeah, which is roughly, so they're varying lengths, as you can see, 32 minutes. Some are a bit longer. I worked out, I think it's roughly 8 and a bit hours, 9 hours worth of content, coach education content, which is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, 15 so far. Look, if we think bigger picture, like all the people within this community are coaches investing in yourselves. By the end of next year, this is going to be tens and tens of hours worth of coach education just in one place. And we're committed to keep building that. We might do 2 calls one week. We're definitely going to do 1 call a week. So that's going to continue to build and build. And you can't fail to learn with some of the guests that we've had in there. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you know where it is, and make sure you're on top of what's going in.
I always say this, but we're trying to get people from different backgrounds in football, not just academy coaches or coaches at a certain level, because the members of the community are not just academy coaches. So if we can get a variety of people to come and speak to us, the members can then take the different bits of information they hear and mold it into something that they can then take back to their teams and their clubs and hopefully implement for the better. So I think it's a really good thing that we have different people here, including you and I, Jamie, with our different experiences. So hopefully everyone's enjoying those. What's next, or who's next? We've got Ray Power still.
Yeah, Ray Power's coming soon. So Ray Power will be on the 28th of November, I think. Can't remember off the top of my head on the diary. I think it's 28th of November. But Ray's obviously a huge name, both on socials. He's an author of a lot of amazing books, and I think that one will be a cracker. And I know we can't say names, but we're working on some really big ones in the background as well. So there'll be, although the 28th of November feels like a long time away, we're going to fill those gaps in between, not just with some guests, but with me and Kevin as well, talking through different tactical concepts and bits and bobs. So lots and lots to come. And like we say, we are committed to 1 a week, if not 2. So that catalogue is going to fill up quite quickly, and hopefully your knowledge and education increases as a result of that.
Do you want to help?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to get people sometimes, just because they have commitments, they have day jobs, they have things that they need to do. But as soon as we get people confirmed, we'll get them on the masterclass series. Next topic, Jamie, is just a couple of breakdowns of classrooms that we have. So first of all is the 7v7 coaching classroom. So if I just go back to the start of the community here, obviously this is the homepage. This is the one that everybody sees. It's great to see so many people online, by the way. And if you have a look at the menu items across the top of the community, even on a mobile device, they're positioned at the top, and you click on classroom, you'll see the classrooms. And again, these are the ones that you just need to concentrate on. The ones right at the top here, the 3v3, 7v7, 9v9, 11v11, and the new members start here if you are a new member. But I'm just going to highlight the 7v7 classroom, Jamie. We've got a dedicated discussion that you're welcome to take part in for 7-a-side coaching. Got a little video here that I made for YouTube, but there's a wealth of knowledge in here. And you put a message out on the community yesterday just asking people what they need to see in these different classrooms. I think it was a really good post because your feedback is key. But we have so much in here that you cannot fail to learn. You cannot fail to find something that will help your team on a match day or in a training session. You cannot fail to get some coach education. As I said, there's also a well-being element here. You have started to do 7-a-side tactical breakdowns, Jamie. I think they're really, really good to expand your knowledge. But also we've added this new section here, which is session planning, which I think we'll cover later in the call. But there's loads in here, absolutely loads in here. And I think we wanted to highlight just one area in particular, and that was the session plans area, mate, which has thousands of sessions now, from video to written. So I'm just going to, what will I do? Pick one, Jamie. You get host choice. Oh, you're on mute, mate.
Classic. Small-sided games.
Okay. So click small-sided games. Jamie again has gone away and he has introduced a load of video sessions for small-sided games and related to small-sided games. And Jamie, something that I like you've done is you put the number of players in brackets here. So if you're at training and you need an emergency session, you've got 10 players that turn up, you can just click 10 plus players, try and get a little session to play. To run at your training, and you're not lost. And again, that's linked to from the session plan section of 7v7, 9v9, 3v3, 11v11, all the game formats, and they're all here for you. They're actually all in the one area as well, so you can go into different topics if you want. Brilliant. Anything to say on that, Jamie?
Yeah, just obviously we'd love you to go through the game model course that Kevin's created, depending on the age and stage that you're at. That would be an ideal framework for you to work through with your teams. Sometimes that always isn't what you have to deal with right now. Maybe you need to put something together quickly or you're reacting. So yeah, the drill library is just there for you to and I would encourage, we talked about session design quite a bit recently. If you are designing, you've thought about your principles and you're trying to find a drill that fits within the principles that you're teaching during that session, it's just a nice little resource for you to jump into and see what fits for that session that night. So so feel free to jump in, have an explore, and if there's things in there that you can't see that you want me to add, I can jump into Sports Session Planner and create one quite quickly. So again, on that feedback point, we can always create what's needed. Don't suffer if it's not there.
Oh, yeah, mate. And just to back up what you said there, the game model itself even says, the session plans even says, we'll always promote systematic development via the game model. The reality of coaching is that you just might need that single exercise to solve a problem, or you've not had time to do what you need to do. So we've got your back on that. Got thousands of training sessions here that you can flick through and look and see what you need to grab for training. Excellent.
Just one final point on the classroom point, mate. Sorry, just so everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
So what me and Kevin are really trying to do is to make, because our classroom's got quite a bit in, just to be really clear with everybody, we're trying to just really zero your focus in as a user of our content into those top courses. So 3v3, 7v7, 9v9, 11v11. So all of the content that we have that is in the classrooms will be found in there and should be found in there, right? So everything's there. You only need to click on one tile, is our mission statement, for you to get all of the content that you need. Again, if you can't find what you need, let us know, we'll fix it straight away. But we're aware that it can be quite busy, so we're really zeroing in. So you've got 1 or 2 buttons to press to get to the materials that you need that's relevant for your age and stage.
Brilliant. Great advice, Jamie. And onto the roadmap. So we covered this last week. We've delivered quite a few things. As I said earlier on, spoiler alert, that we have introduced a... Oh, I should not have clicked that. That was a spoiler alert. And so was that. If you go to the classroom and you go to your relevant game format, you will see at the bottom of all of these now, we've started to add session planning information. So in here, essentially what we're trying to do is, it's great that you've got thousands of sessions. It's great that you've got a game model. If you want to progress as a coach, I think you look at the game model, you look at the development framework, and you look at the concepts, but then you start to design your own sessions to coach the concepts and principles yourself. So we've started to give you the tools to do that. And the first thing here is a session plan template. So if I just click this, it will take me to Canva. This is a blank session plan, which has the icons that you can then use to create your own sessions. I've even given you a sample in there as well. So you just edit template and it'll pull it into your Canva environment. It should work with the free plan. So you can start to put together your session plans. We've got a video here on how to design a training session. So what do you need to think about before you design a training session? And it's not necessarily what you think. It's about working backwards from the outcome. So the game model will give you the outcome and the principles, but then how do we work from that to something that is game realistic that you can apply in training so you can educate your players on that principle? And if you don't want to watch the video, I just give you a handy one-pager that you can read in your own time, which basically has all the information from the video. So we've just started this. There's a bit of information missing, Jamie. I think you've created some information around session planning, which needs to be added, but this is going to be expanded as we go, again, to just empower you to be confident enough to go away and create your own session plans.
Looks good.
Good. And positional play. Right. Sorry, give a little spoiler, Jamie. Am I allowed to show this?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so if those that don't know, I've got a book that's called the Positional Play Playbook. What I'm doing is bringing that into the community, so it's a free resource for everybody. That's, well, for the premium tier that's coming up, will be available for everybody in premium tiers when that comes in. But we're looking at what is positional play, why is it important, and just very headlining. Positional play is a style of play that's come down from total football from the 70s when Rinus Michels, Johan Cruyff, etc. Were involved with Ajax and Barcelona. And there's almost a lineage that comes from Rinus Michels to the Cruyffs through to Pep Guardiola and the like. I find it a very interesting topic. I'm very much like order, and football's a chaotic game, and positional play gives you a way to create order in a chaotic environment. We look at creating overloads, we look at triangles and diamonds, we look at exploiting space and control and patience. And it really is a balance between positional play and relational play, and we explore that within the content as well. And in my personal opinion, I think there's room for both. I think sometimes it can become a little bit of a war of, especially online, it can be a war of one or the other, and I think there's room for both to be involved together. So what I've done is I've copied the text of the book over at the moment across to a course in the classroom. It's in draft at the moment, so you won't be able to see that, apologies. But I'm in the process of adding a video in for each one of these chapters as well, which takes considerably longer. So I will let you know when that's done, but hopefully that should be done within the next month.
I won't put you on the spot by asking you when it's going to be done, mate, so don't worry about that. That's coming. I think I missed a couple of items here. So just a word on community engagement. Again, it's been fantastic all week. As you mentioned earlier on, Jamie, I think the community is at its best when we're engaging with each other and we're learning from each other, because we've got coaches from around the world working at different levels. And when we all provide feedback on a topic from different angles and different viewpoints, it just becomes this rich repository of knowledge that new coaches can come and read, existing coaches can read and really think. And we've had a couple of members working at different games who've chipped in with really good information. Mario chipped in about the golden zone, for example. I thought it was really good feedback. And a few others have chipped in on different posts. So please keep it up. The community only works when we support each other, when we've got each other's backs, and we are helping each other move forward in the game. Really enjoyed it.
I think what's great as well, I mean, I'm really proud of this, and I'm sure you are as well, that again we talked about that sort of safe space environment with the Sunday Share earlier. It really feels like the community is really positive and there's no negativity. I haven't seen a drop of negativity since I've been involved in the community, and it's a really positive environment. And yeah, I think we're both really proud of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep it positive, because that's how we help each other. I love that. Also, just going back, jumping about the agenda, Jamie, apologies, but we're going to go, and the tiers I'm going to highlight again. I did have it open, but I think I've closed it. So again, tiers are coming. We think it might be next week, but we've been saying that for a few weeks. And this will be the lay of the land going forward. So we'll have this free tier, which opens up the community to everybody. And we just talked about having a diverse set of coaches in the community and coaches working at different levels, providing feedback. I think that's a really good thing. So we want to encourage more and more coaches to join and provide feedback and engagement. And what we're going to do is we're going to offer that free tier to everybody. But to get access to the stuff that we talk about every week, the calls, the courses, the real content that provides coach education, helps your players on the pitch, that's going to be the premium tier. And anyone who's subscribed at the moment, again, will just progress to that tier automatically. You won't need to do anything. You won't lose anything out of the community. Everything you have access to now, you'll have access to in the future. But that's the migration path for anyone who's an existing member who's paying. And we have the new tier, which is the VIP tier, which again, I mentioned last week, I'm really excited about. Won't go over it again. But the core message here is there will be changes in the community, and we will, if you are a free member at the moment, you'll be a free member in the future. If you're a paid member at the moment, you will be on the premium tier and you'll get access to everything that you have access to already. But there will be a new VIP tier which you can migrate to if you need that additional support and that additional help from Jamie and I going forward. Jamie, anything on the tiers?
No, really exciting. I can't wait to get it away, to be honest, because it's been on the horizon for such a long time. So hopefully that will be next week. And just one final point, if you are a monthly member and you're planning on hanging around, there's so much benefit to taking the annual membership in terms of just savings. We're currently at $19 a month, sorry, and the annual is $99, and I think it's something extravagant like 58% saving in the annual tier, into Kevin. So yeah, you can upgrade to the annual membership if you are currently a monthly member.
Yeah, and the details of how to do that is in that tiers post that I just highlighted here. And I think that, you know, it pays for itself in 4 and a bit months. So if you are enjoying the community and you're getting a lot of value out of it, that's a way to save money, because Jamie and I's mantra is we just want to help coaches. You know, we're not here to try and rip anyone off. We have our costs that we need to cover. So we're trying to be fair with the prices, and our prices reflect that fairness, I feel, but they are going to rise. So if you are on the fence about subscribing, you know, it's $19 a month at the moment. It's going to be $24 in the future, probably next week. So I would think about subscribing in the next week or so before you get that price rise hitting you, because the price that you sign up for is the price that you pay going forward. So it's grandfathered. So if you're paying $10 a month at the moment, you're laughing because the price is going to be $24. But you know, that was a good time to sign up, and the second best time to sign up is probably now to save yourself some money going forward. But we've frozen this yearly, which is a really good thing, Jamie. I'm glad we've done that, because again, we're not here to rip anyone off, just to help and support. But we do have school platform fees that we need to consider, so that's why we need to charge. Okay, next one. Session of the week, and that's you again, mate. And I've highlighted your back through passing pattern.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of a look back and through. I think it's a pattern that resonates really well into a match day. We're breaking lines and we're progressing forward. And there's lots of different ways to do an up, back and through, and lots of different ways to train it and coach it. I've always enjoyed this one as a player. I really enjoyed this one as well, because it's high intensity. It's fast paced, and you're always on the move and have to be aware of what's happening around you. I've only done one ball in the animation just for ease, but I would start this with 2 balls, or evolve to 2 balls on each corner, just so the pace is up. And as you move, you're going to have to scan and turn and be aware of what's happening, because that ball's coming around the course quite quickly. But if you haven't seen it, check it out and let us know what you think in the comments. And as always with drills of the week, I do one every Thursday. But if there's a drill in the drill library that you would like me to talk about, then I'm happy to. I think there's about 60 odd drills in there, and I'm only doing 1 a week at the moment, so it's going to take me a year to get around all of them. But if there's one you want me to bump to the top of the queue, just please let me know.
Excellent. I love this one because you're missing a player out. It's a vital topic that youth players need to learn, because we always just pass on horizontal or vertical lines, but that diagonal pass where you miss a player out forces a defender to change their body orientation so they can see the ball and the player they're marking. and it's a vital skill to master. So I love that one. Well done. There's a good discussion about it on the community as well. Get involved. And lastly, Jamie, I feel like we've whizzed through this, but we did have a packed agenda, is the leaderboard update. So, wait, I need to refresh it because it might have changed in the last 10 minutes. No, so he's back on top on the 7-day leaderboard. Ross, well done.
Ross.
Well done, Ross. He's top on all 3 categories.
I think he took it personally last week. I think we lit a fire inside him.
Yeah, he wasn't happy, was he? But someone to highlight here again is Brian, who's 4th for the week and 4th for 30 days. Obviously, he's just joined.
Absolutely. Brian and Mario, both new members.
Yeah, and Nick as well. Quite a few. Ross is on there as well. But, this is what we want. We want people to join, want people to get involved, want people to interact. It's great to see new faces on the leaderboard and people who have made valuable contributions over the last 7 days as well. I just want to highlight Sean again, because I've repeated myself a little bit here, but Sean, when he's posting, it's always thought-provoking. It's always honest. It's always prompting a discussion. And again, that's how we learn as coaches. So Sean, well done. I'm just giving you a little shout out this week again. Anyone else need to shout out, Jamie?
Couldn't come off mute. Apologies. We probably don't mention Stephen enough. Stephen Kavanagh has been a bit of a stalwart of the community over the past few months, especially. Consistent, fantastic posts and fantastic engagement. Really, really positive again. And I think a lot of people learn from his experience as well.
Brilliant. And I just want to highlight one person in particular, and it's Jordi Garcia. And Jordi doesn't post a lot, but when he does post, it makes you think. So Jordi's got his own, I think it's his YouTube channel. Yes, his YouTube channel, and he posts on YouTube, and he sometimes posts the videos in the community. And again, I always learn when Jordi posts, because he's a current football player and he obviously is invested in his career. He posted this video, Jamie, and it was great because he's using a VR headset. I think he said it was to get himself in a good frame of mind for the game. But he's practicing his keepy ups in his room. But I hadn't seen that VR headset before, so it was something that I can't find it in the video now. Yeah, so he's got this VR headset, and I don't know if it's a pre-framing thing or something like that, but it's not something that I've seen players do before. And he explains it in the post as well for what he's doing. So he's training his cognitive skills with Be Your Best. I don't know what that is, but it was great that Jordi posted that because I got a bit of education from it.
I think from what I'm hearing on different podcasts, I think VR is working its way into a lot of sports preparation, boxers, I think F1 drivers in particular, those sort of types of stuff. But so it's really, really interesting. And thanks for posting, Jordi. Yeah. Good technique on the pickups as well.
Yeah, better than mine. So Jordi, please keep posting, keep sharing your YouTube videos. I find them really interesting to see what current players are up to and what you do to prepare for games and your life as a footballer. So thanks for doing that. And I think, Jamie, that's us.
Are we going to finish on affiliates?
Say that again.
We're going to finish on affiliates. Just a quick nod to affiliates.
Yes, affiliates are a good one. I forgot about that. So once again, going back to this is my favorite post in the whole community. So in this post, the welcome post, which is stickied at the top of the community, there is a little stickied comment here, which is the affiliate scheme. And again, we've seen a few people do this now, but if you share your link and you get a bespoke link, which is at the side here, it's on desktop anyway, also on mobile, and it looks like this, invite people. If you click that, you get your own distinct link that you can then copy and place on social media, in WhatsApp groups, send it to your club coaches, anyone you want, and they sign up. You get 30% of the sign up. So it's an easy way for you to earn some money. So I think if you get 4 people to sign up, depending on the price of your plan, but if you get 4 people to sign up roughly, you'll probably be getting your membership paid for you through that earning, which is a fantastic incentive to do so. Again, repeating myself, but Jamie and I are all about giving back. That's why we've set this up. We're here to help people. And if we can help you get a free membership by inviting your peers to the community, then I think that's a really good thing for you to do. Jamie?
Yeah, it's 30% for as long as that person is a subscriber to the community as well. So you could make good money out of it. And like Kevin says, you can pay for your own membership as part of that as well. So if you do know other coaches, or you're part of a club, or you've got friends that you think would be interested in what we're doing, then please share that link.
Again, we're trying to encourage as many people into this community as possible for all the reasons I outlined earlier on. And if you can encourage people to join, we get more people in and you get some money out of it. I think that's a really, really good incentive to do so. So again, it's on the sticky post. Welcome to the Football Coaching Academy. First sticky comment, just click that. All the instructions are in there. If you ever get stuck, you just reach out to Jamie and I, who are always happy to receive messages. Jamie, I spoke to someone on WhatsApp. I'm going on a tangent, but I spoke to someone on WhatsApp today who asked me a question about 4231. He actually messaged me 2 days ago, and I realized something, and it's quite right as well, that if you message me on school or you leave a comment on this community, I'll reply to you as a priority, and everything else is secondary. So that's another great incentive for joining up to the community, because you do get access to you and I and the information, the knowledge that we have very, very quickly. So I'm not sure if you're the same, but that's become my unwritten rule that I just realized today.
I am the same, mate, because I've got a flame emoji next to my name, so it's
Oh, you got it in eventually, didn't you?
Yeah.
So if you don't know what a flame emoji is, we're dragging this out now, Jamie. Where are you?
I didn't want people to think I've just put a flame emoji next to my name like I'm some sort of big timer.
So this means that Jamie has posted 10 plus times every day for 30 days, which deserves a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Jamie, we'll wrap up there. That's us. Hopefully you enjoy this one, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.